Good, very good. See, show them. Hello. Show the other students. See, today is the bleaching. Bleaching is the preparatory process. One of the preparatory process for dyeing. You know, friends, bleaching means this bleaching is used not only for the textile industries, even for other industries. For other industries means wherever the color material to be removed. Most of the cases, garment industry, textile industries are okay. Other than these, also wherever some bleaching agents are required, even to clean the water, chlorine powder is used. Bleaching powder is used. You know this bleaching powder is used for cleaning the waters, and many cases are there, bleaching powder, chlorine bleaching, and other things. Now the topic is for textile industries. My channel Guruvira Textile and Fashion Technology Tutorials is for textile and fashion technology. So please watch my videos, open my channels. Many videos are there on the dyings. I covered dyings, videos on reactive dye, acid dye, basic dyes, and also I covered many other parts of the textile industries subjects. Okay, now. So check, sound is there. Please check, sound is there. Sound is okay. Correct. See, now to avoid I don't want to talk to waste the time. I will come to the bleaching. See, before the fabric taken to the dyeing operations, the grayish fabric coming from the loom, raw fabric coming from the loom is subjected to the many preparatory process. Okay, singeing process, desizing process, and moisturization, bleaching, scouring, any other process are there. Students, please listen the classes. Don't disturb. Okay, don't disturb. This class, online class is going on, students. Please listen the class. Hello, sender. Live is there. Sender, if not interested to listen the class. Hello, some students are there here to listen my classes. See, bleaching, scouring, bleaching, desizing, moisturization, all those are things after completion depend upon what the end requirement is there. What type of finish is given to the fabric? What shade is given to the fabric? What finish is given to the fabric? Some finished fabrics are required dark shades. Some fabrics required pale shades. Some fabric requirement in the market are pure white. Pure white is required. Correct? Sound. Put off the sound. Pure white is required. Sometimes gray fabrics is also required. It depends upon the end applications. The preparatory process the fabric is subject to the preparatory process. Okay, please watch my other videos on singeing, desizing, sizing, okay, scouring are there. This is a bleaching class. Okay, now what is bleaching? Okay, bleaching is the process of removal of colors. Inherent color matters, or the color acquired one or the other reasons on the fabric, or technically, say in case of discharge printing, or in any case wherever color is required, or to make the fabric white, pure white, high degree of whiteness, right? Bleaching is a process of removal of colors. In other process, singeing, scouring, and other objectives are different. Okay, coloring matters. Now, objectives of bleaching. What are the objectives there? One is removal of natural colors. Natural colors will be there. In the grayish fabric, Okay, natural colors means very naturally it is coming in the grayish in the fabric even after scouring. Scouring is used for removal of the stains and grease materials and other things. Even after that, even after scouring, even after other process, still coloring matters will be there. Yes, still coloring matters will be there. Those coloring matters are removed. Okay, that require chemicals. Next one is to make the textile materials white and bright. To make the textile materials full white, some white fabric. See, this type of white fabric to make the fabric white, pure white and bright. Some fabrics require bright. And third one is to increase the material's absorbency. Even other than color removal, one more important benefit of bleaching is this makes the fabric to absorb the solution, to absorb the whatever absorbance capacity is increased by bleaching. See, color material means the color matter might be hydrophilic in nature or it may be hydrophobic in nature. Whatever colors, the attached colors, the fabric may be hydrophilic or hydrophobic. That is removed. In scouring, grease and other things are removed. Okay, in singeing, the extruded fibers are removed. Okay, like that. If after all removing, the fabric is still having color, that is removed, so that the fibers, the interlacement of the yarns or the accommodation of the fibers get freed from unwanted materials. So that if the fibers are freed, if the yarns, warp or weft yarns are freed, what will happen? The dye absorbency capacity or any wet processing solution absorbability is increased. If the absorbency is increased, so what will happen? What will happen? The dyeing level will take place uniformly. Next is to increase the dye affinity. It will help increase the dye affinity. Okay, what is that? Set it, check the, okay, to increase the dye affinity. Anybody? Hello? Okay, 5. Okay, let's to increase the dye affinity. What is dye affinity? You know the textile metals. Dye affinity. Dye affinity means the attraction between the dye particles and the what is fiber polymers of the polymer chains of the fiber and the dye particles. Then only the color fastness of the textile material is improved. The color fastness of the textile material is improved by means of increasing the affinity between the dye particles and the what, the fiber surface or inside structure of the fiber, morphology of the fibers. Okay, next is to ensure level of dyeing. Already I told it will help to level of the dyeing after scouring, bleaching and others, moisturizing everything. Okay, the shade, uniform shade, it will help to achieve the uniform shade throughout the length of the fabric as well as throughout the width of the fabric, uniform level. Okay, if anything uneven dyeing, this is also one of the cause. If scouring is not done properly, if singeing is not done properly, if bleaching is not done properly, what will happen? It will affect the dyeing. Uneven dyeing, chances of uneven dyeing takes place. So this preparatory process are very very important in this case. Okay, to make the material suitable for further process, what the further process of bleaching means? Dyeing or finishing. Finishing means functional finishes, water repellent finishes, antimicrobial finishes, fire resistant finishes. Nowadays the textile finishes are developed more and more. Many number of depend upon the what the consumers facing, to satisfy the consumers, to give comfortness to the peoples of the world. regions. Okay, these are the things that to ensure the dyeing. To make material suitable for further process, it should be suitable. The fabric is suitable for the further things. Next one is, these are the objectives are there. Now, what about bleaching? What if bleachings are done in many ways? Classification bleaching in domestic and small scale industries or in cottage industry, wherever the hand bleaching is also done, and machine bleaching is there. Hand bleaching and machine bleaching. Machine bleaching in the industries. These are the things are there. Next, the process used for in industry, textile industries are continuous process, pad batch process. Okay, different. Wherever it depends upon the quantity. It depends upon the quantity of the material to be bleached. The scale, the quantity, whether the quantity is 100 meters, it cannot be used for long continuous process, or 1,000 meters, 10,000 meters, 20,000 meters. So it depends upon the quantity. What will happen? The process is selected. Process are pad batch process is there, continuous steaming process is there, and also the machines used are depends upon the fibers, depends upon the quantity, or depends upon the what type of shade is required for further bleaching quantity. Say jigger machines are there, jet machines are there, winch machines are there. Okay, Jayo box is there. So these are the things are there. The choice, the selection of the machine, the selection of the machines, jet machine, jigger machine, winch machine, or whether pad batch or continuous or hand bleaching, whatever is there, it depends upon the quantity is to be bleached. These are the machines used not only for bleaching, even other wet processing also it is used. Okay, now I am coming what the things is there. Types of bleaching methods. What are the chemicals used for bleaching methods? Bleaching methods chemicals are used. There are mainly normally as per the theory we studied in engineering. Okay, if in engineering or in practice, say normally what is the hydrogen peroxide bleaching is there, sodium hypochlorite bleaching is there, sodium chloride or chloride bleaching is there. These are the three. Okay, sir, and also peracetic acid bleachings are there. These are things are there. So hydrogen peroxide bleaching, sodium chloride bleaching or chloride bleaching, or chloride hypochlorite bleaching. Okay, these are things are there. But before that, what I am going to say is there are main method, chemical methods are there. The reaction method. If I comes to the reaction takes place in the solution, bleaching bath. What two types of reaction? The bleaching is classified in two ways, two types. The reaction depends upon the reaction. One is oxidization reaction, and second one is what? Keep that mobile to see me, okay, so that one is oxidization method, oxidation reaction method. Second one is reduction reaction method. These two methods are there. These two methods used for bleaching is there. Okay, these two, oxidizing and reducing agent, these two reaction, oxidizing reaction and reducing reaction, for these two base different chemicals are used. For oxidizing bleaching agents, for that reaction, for reducing bleaching agents are used. Different agents are available in the market. Okay, different agents are available. And also it depends upon whether the end applications, whether bleaching is used for the home laundry or laundry purposes, industrial laundry or any industrial, textile industry, dyeing, wet processing industry, where it is going to be depend upon that. And also these agents are used depends upon the fiber types, whether cellulosic fiber. What are cellulosic fibers are there? Cotton is a cellulosic fibers. Okay, linen is also a cellulosic fibers. Linen, that is linen. Cotton is a, okay, cotton is a, don't make sound, okay, put off. Linen is a stem fiber, cotton is a seed fiber, okay, all cellulosic. See, you know, linen fiber is a white. Usually linens are used in pure white, correct, pure white, to make linen white. Linen is a cellulosic or stem fibers. Don't divert my attention, students. Okay, see, cellulosic fibers means cotton is short fibers, and also what are those cellulosic fibers are there? Jute is a cellulosic fibers, hemp is a cellulosic fibers, and linen is a fibers, but different vegetable fibers, stem fibers. Okay, these are things are there. And also wool, to bleach the wool. Wool bleaching is separate terminology. In wool, removal of the colors from the wool, that is called stowing. In case of cotton bleaching, in case of synthetic fiber bleaching, we are using referring as a bleaching. Okay, but in case of wool bleaching, what do you call? Stowing. There also the chemicals is hydrogen peroxide chemicals. But the thing, friends, you understand that even the term bleaching is a one sentence removal of the color. But when the fibers or textile material taken for bleaching, the industry peoples, the bleachers, the peoples working in the industries, technical peoples or floor peoples working in the industry, they are facing many difficulties. They are using not only one chemical for bleaching. They have to depend upon the fibers, depend upon the blends. Cotton viscose blend, cotton polyester blend, cotton wool blend, viscose wool blend, many wools are only, sometimes linen, cotton. Depends upon this blend types, they have to manage the auxiliary chemicals. Some different types of chemicals also use, different pH is used, different temperatures they have to manage. They have to manipulate pH, they have to manipulate temperature, they have to manipulate the conditions. What percentage of in a textile blended fabric, what percentage of cotton is there, what percent of other fiber is there? It is all the things are coming to pictures while selecting the method, oxidizing or reducing agent. See, for examples of oxidizing bleaching agent, what are the agents are used? See, one is ozone bleaching also there, that is different. Calcium hypochlorite, CaOCl2, calcium hypochlorite, this is one of the oxidizing agent, bleaching agent. Second one is hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, this is common. Any bleaching, whether synthetic, whether cellulosic, cotton, any bleaching, some parts is added hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is better one to remove the colors. Something is used always. NaOCl, sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite is also used. This is about the oxidizing reaction bleaching. Second one is reducing bleaching agents are hydrogen sulfide, H2S hydrogen sulfide, and ferrous sulfate, iron sulfate, and sodium bisulfate, NaHSO4. These are the many other. These are example I gave here. Many things are there. Many numbers are there. Now industry technology is improved. Now many chemical innovations are taken place. Many research or laboratory efforts are taken place. about bleaching, about the dyeing technologies, processing technologies. Now we see one by one. We can see first one, hydrogen peroxide bleaching is there. By this is the oxidizing agent and reactive agent, that is different. After that, the process hydrogen peroxide bleaching. In case of hydrogen peroxide bleaching, what the solution is there? Hydrogen peroxide is a oxidizing agent. It is used for hydrogen peroxide is used with the mixture of hydrogen peroxide, caustic soda, and also it requires stabilizers. Caustic soda, hydrogen peroxide stabilizers are required, and also added with surfactants. I told you, simply bleaching is not taking place in the dyeing industries. The floor peoples or managing company management or the manager works, they have to manipulate, they have to work to get even bleaching. Even bleaching is important. Okay, now this is solution is required. And temperature, what about the bleaching temperature? Temperature used for bleaching, usually in scouring bleaching, is 90-degree temperature is a must. Usually ambient temperature, room temperature, is about 23 to 24 degrees centigrade, 23 degrees centigrade temperature will be there, 65% relative humidity. This is a room temperature will be there. But sometimes depend upon the fibers. For say synthetic fibers, that much of temperature is not required. Some cases cellulosic fibers, say linen fibers or jute fibers, sometimes blended temperature to be manipulated. Usually the average temperature is 60 to 90 degrees centigrades. Bleaching takes place even from 60 to 90 degrees centigrade is required, because the chemical has to react with the polymer chain morphology of the fibers. Then only the color is removed. See, the color sometimes what will happen, the color is entered, what that may be natural colors, that may be whatever the hydrophobic color or hydrophilic color, sometimes it is go and locked in a morphology, polymer chains of the fibers. To make that fiber white, the bleaching agent has to react with the polymer chains. It has to remove the color, not from the surface. It should remove from the polymer structure, inside structure, morphology of the fibers. Then only complete bleaching takes place. Right? So that to open the holes of the fibers, to free the polymer chains of the fibers. If you don't have interest, you can go, student. Okay, so ambient to high temperature is required. Okay, na? The 60 to 90 degrees temperature required. But in some cases, even say in case of what some cases are there, say sodium hypochlorite case is there. Sodium hypochlorite, this chemical agent, if the high temperature is not required, more than, if the temperature increase more than 30 degrees centigrade, okay, what will happen? Risk will be there, because this is the reaction power of this hypochlorite is stronger. Where the chemical is stronger, where the chemicals are stronger, reaction activity, if the chemicals are very active, very reactive, then temperature, increasing the temperature is not possible. What will happen? The risk will be the fiber damage may take place. Sometimes in case of cellulose fibers, if the cellulose fiber material is bleached with the sodium hypochlorite, if more temperature is not suitable. Okay, now, so in this hydrogen peroxide, and also not only temperature, manipulating the pH. pH may play an important role in case of bleaching. Less pH also damage the fiber, more pH also damage the fiber. Damage the fiber means the process gets failed. failed. See, for hydrogen peroxide bleaching agent, bleaching of the textile material done by hydrogen peroxide, then pH level 6.5 to 8.0 is best. 6.5, even it is very less, actually 10, 9 to 10 is required, but it is for blending of cotton and wool. Blending of, because wool is a alkaline sensitive. Okay, don't divert my attention, students. Live is there. Keep quiet, listen the topic. See, cotton and wool. In case of cotton wool fiber is a alkaline, is very sensitive to the alkaline. This all bleaching process is a alkaline in nature. So pH, increase the pH more than 8 is a very alkaline in nature, that will not help the wool fibers. Okay, that will not make wool fibers. So for wool blended with any fiber, the pH is to be reduced. And also process, I told, any process, cold batch process, continuous process. Okay, agents. And also see, hydrophilic agents are hydrophilic in nature, means whatever the attached color is there on the textile material may be fiber, or it may be yarn, it may be fabric may be woven fabric or knitted fabric or non-woven fabric, whatever the textile material is there. If the textile material having the color, whether the color is a natural color, not only natural color, whether that color is hydrophilic in nature or hydrophobic in nature, this is also an important part. If it is a hydrophilic in nature, color, the removal color is hydrophilic in nature, then hydrogen peroxide bleaching is best suitable. If sometimes linen fiber, whatever the color attached to the natural color natural color of the linen fiber is the stem fiber is in hydrophobic in nature. For that, hydrogen peroxide will not help. For that, what is required? Sodium chloride or chlorate is used. That is required. Where the hydrophobic in nature, the colors which are required to remove are in hydrophobic in nature, means hydrophobic means water repellent in nature, that require highly reactive chemicals, that is sodium hydrochloride. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is not a liquid, is not a solid, it is a gas, chlorine gas, ClO2, chlorine gas, chlorine dioxide gas. Sodium agent is used for sodium chloride is chlorine dioxide gas is used. This sodium chlorine gas is prepared by the precursor, those are sodium chloride is one precursor, so our sodium chloride is one precursor. If these two precursors are used to prepare the chlorine dioxide gas. That chlorine dioxide gas is used to remove the hydrophobic in nature colors. Okay, hydrophobic in nature colors. That is a different technology is there. It is very expensive. It is technically very challenging. Mechanism is there. Okay, compared to hydrogen peroxide bleaching. Now see, this hope you have understood. Hope you have understood about this oxidizing reaction. Agents are of two types. One is oxidizing reaction type, and second one is reducing reaction type, and third, and other than this, all these methods are there. Hydrogen peroxide bleaching or sodium hypochlorite bleaching or sodium chloride bleaching, all whatever they are there are of depend upon these two. And here once again I am telling, bleaching this process not only preparing the solution and in the jigger machine, winch machine, jet machine or JU box or long steaming method, whatever is there, but concentration is required. What concentration is required? pH, manipulation of the pH, maintenance of the pH, maintenance of the temperatures, maintenance of the flow of the fabrics, and material to leaker ratio. These are the factors need to be considered. And one more point I would like to tell is that in this online video, that in this class, that see fibers, classification of the textile fibers. Textile fibers are classified into three. One is natural fibers, second one is regenerated, man-made regenerated fibers, third one is man-made fibers. See, natural fibers are naturally, it's the nature, cottons, jute, silk, wool. They are natural. Even the fibers are natural. They might have, due to some environmental, climatic conditions, they might have their colors, natural colors. They are a grayish color, yellowish colors. Some colors are not pure white compared to the man-made synthetic fibers. Say polyester, it's a man-made, or nylon, it's a man-made. Those are specifically while manufacturing the fibers itself, the color is manipulated, the strength is manipulated. Strength means tenacity manipulated. The properties are incorporated in the man-made fibers by the man, how we want. For them, bleaching is not required. Some cases, bleaching a little bit compared to natural fibers. Regenerated or synthetic fibers require little bit bleaching. Sometimes no bleaching is required for polyester, nylon. Okay, but bleaching, most of the bleaching takes place in case of naturals. Hope you understood on this class. Okay, this is about the bleaching. Okay, so next, what I'm going to say is, I would like to take live classes instead of recording and editing and releasing. I'm thinking to take regular classes on every day. One day for spinning, one day for weaving, one day for knitting, one day for dyeing, one day for textile testing, one day for finishing, like that. One day for other finishing, garmenting, other things are there. Plan is there, but time I will not tell. When I'm ready to come for live, I will give my notice. If you want to see, please go to my channel and check the community part. You will have the notice where I'm coming. Okay, thank you friends. Please keep watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, Guruvira Textile and Fashion Technology Tutorials, and also watch one more channel is there, Guruvira Shorts, that is less than 60-second videos are there, and about the fabrics and other things. Please like it and share it to your friends. Thank you very much for staying with us.